Guys, welcome. It is Friday. It is the afternoon, so that makes it Friday afternoon. And on Friday afternoons, we like to stream, so we're doing it. SketchUp Live here.
We gotta get down.
Friday
get down
afternoon.
And party.
That's
Yep.
right. So, quick intro. I'm Aaron, and with me is not one, not two, not four, not five, but three co-hosts. So we got Matt, Donovan, and Tyson are all here at the same time. Say hi, guys.
Hey!
Hello.
To overload the audio waveform.
That's the plan.
Blast it out. It's like having two radio stations on at the same time.
How much can we break at the beginning?
Oh, nothing compared to what I will break in the next few hours.
I have to call out that the second before we went live, Donovan just said, okie dokie, artichoke, and I'm still stuck on that.
All right, levels have been set. So here's what we're going to do. As much fun as it would be to have everybody on the whole time, three different faceless voices could get a little overwhelming. So we're going to break it up a little bit. We might have a little bit of overlap, but we're going to kind of piece this out. Matt's going to hang out with us for a while, and then Donovan will come on in, and then Tyson will come on in. And through it all, the continuing path will be this session where we model your requests. So this is a little something we like to call Ask Me to Model Anything, AMTMA. And it's fun. It's a good time. It's fun. Honestly, when I look back at some of the old ones, what we ended up with would be nothing that I would ever have imagined or planned on going towards. It was one of the first ones. We had a bug on a tree, but the bug's wings and back were a human face. So, yeah. We don't know where we're going.
What you're in for.
That's right.
Normally, we don't know where we're going, but especially in these type of streams. So yeah, it'll be a fun one.
Yeah, this will be good.
It's all about the journey.
That's right. We're gonna journey. We're gonna journey now. Yeah. So Donovan and Tyson may drop out at some point in here, and but we'll be swapping them out. Kind of get everybody in here. The reason we're doing this a little bit different is this is the last stream of the year. So we're all gonna be taking various times off in the next few weeks for the holidays, and we're just gonna give live a rest, and we'll come back at it strong in 2025. So
I'll be the first to wish you a happy new year 2 weeks early.
Way ahead of time. All right. So with that, we're gonna start rolling. We'll talk to you guys more as we go.
All right.
Yippee.
Gonna bail out, maybe join you in the comments. See you soon.
Sounds good.
Talk to you in a bit.
All right. So we did throw this onto the forum, and Matt will throw a link up to that in the chat. What we like to do, like I said, this is intended to spur response. Push.
Spur. Yeah.
Spur. I get that right. Sometimes I use smart words and I catch myself off guard. So what we're trying to do here is get you guys to interact and give us as much input as we can. What we like to do with this is not just do a model for hours. This ends up being like shorter models. So we're looking for like things 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes of modeling. So that's the kind of thing we want. And it doesn't have to just be models. It could be how I struggle with using a certain tool. Can you give me an example of a workflow for this? That's the sort of thing we're looking for. But we will be scaling it such that we can get through about a dozen of these over the next few hours. So, yeah. So some people had some awesome ideas that they put into the forum post. Like, honestly, really good models, really cool models. But a lot of those models were more complex than what we would go for in this sort of thing. So, thank you to everybody who did put an idea up there. We're actually holding on to all those ideas, and we'll probably see some of the bigger ones like full buildings in future live streams. But if they're not like, 15-minute houses or buildings, we got to put them off. So yeah, so we're gonna start crafting our to-do list for 2025 from your ideas. All right, let's do this. So one that I'll again prompt you guys. Put your ideas just right in the chat. Matt's going to keep an eye on them and grab them out of there as they go. I'm going to start with one that I did already see. It was up on the forum, and it was for a Möbius strip. So if you're not familiar, a Möbius strip is a one-sided piece. So normally this is done, it's actually impossible because everything that has, form in the real world has some thickness to it. But if the theory is if you took a long strip that was one side, infinite thinness, you took it, twisted it slightly, and then connected the two ends together, the front and back just connect to each other. So there's actually only one side, only one face. We've modeled this before. It does take an extension or two to do it, but we have done it before, and it is a cool look. But the person who requested asked if we could have a Möbius strip with handrails. And yeah, of course we can. That's absolutely what we should do, right? So we're going to do that. We're going to take the idea of a Möbius strip, but I'm going to give it some depth. It's not going to be infinitely thin. It is going to have depth like a sidewalk, and put handrails on it. And we'll twist it around and have an infinite walking path. So I'm going to do that. While I do that, your job is to get some more ideas. So let's hear some other thoughts you have.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, this is a lot more fun treadmill than they have at most gyms. I'm like, I want the Möbius strip treadmill, not the the basic one.
That's gonna be really full in about 2.5 weeks because everybody's gonna have New Year's resolutions, and so you got to get in there and reserve the Möbius treadmill now.
That's right. Catch me on the Möbius mill. Yeah, there were a lot of great suggestions in the forum thread, so we definitely have them all written down and in the pipe. But yeah, we're accepting new ones too. So literally, ask Aaron to, as the name suggests, model anything. CJ Ryan asked if you're going to paint it too. I think last time there was some problem that happened when we tried to paint the faces, because it was like, this is a back face and a front face, and which face is it painting? And
yeah, I think our final solution was to paint it all white and pretend there wasn't such thing as front and back faces.
Fake it.
That's right.
In other words, spray paint the whole thing white.
we can do that. We can do that. So I created a post, copied them down here. Because this end is going to touch this end, I did not put a post on the end. Thinking ahead. I'm temporarily grouping all this stuff. So I'm just gonna grab that, make it into a new group. And then put a rectangle right here from the middle. Nice big. I'm doing my geometry extra large, and that is by intention, because we're going to use an extension to twist this geometry around, and the bigger the geometry, it's less likely that stuff's going to get terribly messy, which it can. So,
well, I prefer a nice sturdy handrail, and I'm walking in zero gravity,
or infinitely
through the fabric of space-time, as Tyson says.
All right. Last step, I'm going to take these three groups, mirror them. This is what we would call temporary grouping. I don't intend to have, I tend to have this be a solid. It'll be one piece at the end, but for right now, that's exactly what I'm looking for.
So does that mean it'll be 3D printable?
Ooh. Go sell that on Turbo Squid or something.
There you go. Or try to print it before the end of the stream. Ask me to 3D print anything, and then, yeah. Stick around to the end. You won't believe what this printer creates.
So I'm going to put it all in one group, come in here, explode it all. And then we could probably run a solid inspector on and see how easy it is to clean up. Oh, Nope, Solid Inspector did not like that, or something bad happened. All right. Well, that wasn't part of the challenge. So I'm gonna. Hey, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna save.
Save. Always smart to do.
You know, it seems like that should come a lot more natural to me than it does. It's still a struggle. All right. So what we're doing, we're run 2 extensions right now. One is Fredo Scale, and the other.
Whoa! We're already getting Möbius on it.
Wow. All right. My 3D mouse has decided to give me like just a soft, gentle curve of the. I don't like that. All right, one sec. I gotta reset that.
Yeah, sounds good. Earl had a question about fitting round objects like pins, bolts, or axles into the corresponding holes. What are the tricks? You can definitely use SketchUp's inference engine to, if the holes are a circle or a polygon, you can find the center of that. I think using snaps, which is a more recent feature of SketchUp where you can add a custom inference point that'll connect to other geometry, could be something for you to look into. So that's snaps. Yeah.
Yes.
And the space mouse is reset.
We're good. I did so in the driver for a space mouse, there's a calibrate button. And anytime I start get drift or anything like that, or automatic rotating like that, I usually just pull it up, hit the calibrate button once, and we're good. So
calibration station.
That's right. All right, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to use the first extension, which is Fredo 6, Fredo Scale, and there's a thing in here called box twisting. And with box twisting, let's try exploding this. Box twisting, there we go. Come here, I'm going to spin this around 180 degrees. So I'm just going to type in 180, enter. And that's the first thing we're going to get.
Lovely. Already looks like, Inception or something.
Well, our DNA curve here. I'm going to grab all of that, make it a group. And then we'll come here to tools. And I'm going to use True Bend. Because there's multiple tools out there that will do this kind of thing. But in my opinion, True Bend is the quickest and easiest if I'm just doing an even thing like that. Oh, look at that. So there we go. So in theory, you start right here. You start walking. walking. Oh, now I'm under here. I'm going to flip upside down. Walking. And you come back to the same point without ever leaving one side or the other. Pretty cool.
That's fun.
So sometimes I just want to point this out. There's some weird shadows and angles and stuff. For whatever reason, sometimes you may have to come in here and re-soften and smooth. It also looks like I might have some spots where stuff didn't connect together beautifully. If that happens, just to show. So if I come in here and I grab this edge and I try to move it, see how it's moving together? That means the two pieces did get connected, but for some reason it didn't close it all the way. So you might be able to draw an edge over it, and that might clean it up. Let's see, that work? Yep. So that's all that one took. Sometimes, that may have actually fixed multiple pieces on the surface. That one looks good too. This one looks like it's a profile edge. If I try and move it, see, this one didn't connect together to that other one. So what I would do in this case is probably just like delete that one piece and then just quick close it up like that. Whoa. No, that's all connected together. So I might be able to just draw over top of that one again, like I did on the other side.
Strange things start to happen when you get this twisty.
Yeah, I can't really blame anything. I mean, this is not normal geometric or architectural modeling tasks. So stuff not being perfect, I don't really fault anybody on this. This is outside the box.
Yeah, next up, shop drawings for this. This is why it's good to represent stuff in 3D, because if you're trying to, you know, show somebody this in 2D, it wouldn't really make sense.
There we go. So thing number one that we did, painting it, by the way, let's see. This should be easy. I should be able to grab a color. I'm just going to grab a red.
Mhm.
And I'm going to like put it on this face, and let's see. It should go all the way around to all the sides. What?
Oh, sort of.
Well, I'm not okay with that. Undo. What's going on?
The face has to reverse somewhere, right?
Yeah, I guess. I thought I'd be able to join together. I want to see. I'm gonna peek my head in here real quick and see if there's a face in here.
Whoop.
Aha! Delete. Now I have one face. That's a funny thing to say out loud. There we go.
Good thing you're not Harvey Dent.
Yeah, that's right. Couldn't claim that if I was
Not
Harvey.
true.
All right, let's try again. Now if I color this, boom. Oh, gotta put something in my paint bucket. Oh, both sides. One face. One infinite walking path. Done. So
Nice.
here we are. We are 16 minutes into this Ask Me to Model Anything. We've already defied the laws of nature and physics. So where do we go from here?
Oh, wow. And you didn't create a singularity or anything? I was expecting, you know, all of space-time to come warping in on itself, but
we're here. We made it. Oh, I should probably save though, since I did violate the laws of nature. All right, there we go. Cool. We got one, guys.
all right, one down.
I did just something to talk about. Not that probably don't expect a whole lot of people on here to have to model this for real, but if you do something like this, this is one of those spots where it's a good idea to scale way up, draw a lot bigger than you normally would. Just as you start deforming geometry and that sort of stuff, it's can get a little silly with. It can get a little silly with the small faces and that kind of stuff. SketchUp was only made to really work on like house size models. So when you start getting real small geometry, you can lose stuff. But yeah, scale it big, bring it back down afterwards. Next time you have to model.
Speaking of scaling down, Keggy asked if this could be printed. Could this be 3D printed?
I didn't make it a solid model, and I think that issue, and I was skipping past it because I didn't want to spend time on it, but the issue is going to be these little faces in here. Okay. So I could, in theory, come around here and get each of these faces gone. Whoops.
I'm not saying you have to do that. I was just,
right.
This could technically be 3D printed in a theoretical sense.
Yeah, so if I look inside here, just a little bit, again, more geometry I'd have to clean up to get that one solid. But yes, it could be 3D printed. The geometry, because I put thickness to the strip, the geometry is actually totally possible, totally real. There would just have to be some cleanup. But yeah, it could be. It could happen. You could make it happen. Awesome. That was fun.
What's next?
Yeah, let's do more. There was a question. I'm sorry, the question about putting a bolt in a. I know you answered it, but I was busy doing other things. I was wondering if it's something we should show.
Yeah. This. Yeah, let's show it. Hey, we're here. Ask me to do it. So Earl on YouTube asked or says, I have trouble with fitting round objects like pins, bolts, or axles into the corresponding holes. What are the tricks?
Okay, good question. All right, I'm going to make a thing over here. And I'm doing 3D because I want to. And over here, we'll put a circle in and we'll make this. I'm going to make it 12 inches exactly. Like this. Something like that. Pull that down real quick. All right. I'm going to grab this and make it a group just to isolate geometry. Then over here, we will draw an oversized pin of some sort. All right. So here, now we have a group. So there's a couple different answers to this. So option one is if this geometry held as a circle, I might be able to come in here and actually find the middle of that circle. So I can inference to that and grab it by that circle. Now when I flip upside down, as soon as I flip the camera past the edge, as long as you're using 2022, I think, or greater, it will turn transparent like this. So I can take it from that center point, and I can do the same thing. I can inference on the edge of this circle and see how it lights up that little dot on the middle. That is the center point, so I can go like that, and that now lines up. So that's one option. I tend, when I model circles, I usually leave them at the standard 24 edges, which is what a default circle in SketchUp is, 24 sides, and that geometry smoothed. So what I do a lot of is I will grab the corners, the edges, and I can, just because I've been doing this for a while, I can tell that this point right here is the edge that is on the red axis, and I could grab that and I could bring it over and I could just line it up like that. So if you have the same number of sides and the orientation of the circle is the same, so what I mean by that is if I took this and I rotated it 10 degrees, now my sides don't line up. The sides of my circle are just slightly off from where the sides of the hole are. So if they're lined up the same way, then you can actually use the edge and not have to worry about the middle. So that's an option too. Like Matt said, if it's a repetitive build, you're going to do this again and again, use the same geometry over and over again, then you can look into things like putting snaps on there. So I could actually come in and add a snap to this piece right here and put a snap on the end.
You have to be in the group.
I was trying. All right. Let's go hide everything else. So I come in here, same thing, inference to the middle of the snap. And now if I pick this, I have a point right there. And then I'd have to do the same thing on this one. So I have to come in here, add a snap, and same thing, inference to the middle of this circle.
I think you can use the arrow keys to orient as well. So a snap will let you preload what orientation you want the thing to snap into as well. If you didn't want to, if it was at an angle and not like straight up and down.
Right, so that means I could actually take this, rotate it now. I apologize, I do not know snaps as well as I want to know them. Maybe 2025 is the year of the snaps. All right, so this means I can grab this and watch when I come over here, it pops that way automatically.
Snappy.
Oh, nailed it. So that is really a cool thing to do. It's a good way to model. And I'm all for it. Like I said, I don't know very well, and I'm not going to talk trash about it because I think it's a really cool way to do it. The question is, if it's worth doing it if you're using the component repeatedly. So if I have these kind of pegs and they're going into multiple holes, or I put the same screw components in all the time, then absolutely go ahead and add that. If it's a one-time thing, then I would say get good at inferencing off the centers or grabbing the edges of circles to inference. Something like that.
Yeah, very good.
Cool.
Love it.
Put this back. So as is what we generally do with AMTMAs, I'm just going to keep a running model. We're just going to end up with a pile of stuff here. It's going to look like one of Tyson's boneyards when we get done.
He's going to be proud when
That's
he gets
right.
in.
Look at all that stuff. Yeah.
And your drink matches the color of the Möbius walkway.
That's
so
right. You have to be careful. I have a green cup downstairs. You got to make sure not to bring that and drink it, because then if you do, then you're literally drinking SketchUp.
Yeah, which is not recommended.
That's right. Let's see.
FDA approved.
What other ideas we got?
But yeah, there are many good ones. One that I saw was interesting is a home made out of a dome.
We could do something like that.
Geodesic dome, but it's actually a house or an abode of some sort. So
Yes.
I would be interested to see that, or something else. There's many.
Let's do it. Let's do just that thing. I'm gonna cheat just a teeny bit, a little tiny bit, because I'm not up on modeling a geodesic dome. Actually, as I know, Tyson put out some stuff on modeling that kind of geometry, but as is the case, even those of us who make these videos don't always remember exactly how to do the things in them. So I have many times gone back to videos from 2-3 years ago to remember a workflow because I could not figure something out. And unfortunately, while I did watch this video, I don't remember how to do it. So I'm going to cheat just a little bit because rather than watching me spend 20 minutes trying to figure out how to get the triangles the right size so that everything lines up perfect, we're going to download just an initial geodesic sphere. So I'm just going to head over to 3D Warehouse.
Yeah, modeling that from scratch does take, a couple steps of planning, which is a couple steps more than you ever do. So it makes sense to me that you would, not be part of the workflow.
All right, so here we have a geodesic sphere. How fortuitous that my search already had it up. So yeah, that's the only pre-planning I do is when I plan to cheat. I'm sorry. I hope I didn't ruin anybody's impression of me. But
to be honest, that's the farthest you've cheated.
That is true. That's the most. That's the most planning I've ever done. All right, so I'm gonna explode this, and that's in multiple containers. So I'm gonna explode again, and I'm gonna turn on. There we go. Turn on hidden edges. So the idea behind, a normal follow me circle. So let's just do this real quick. I'm going to put a circle here. I'm going to come in, put a circle here, grab this, say follow me, click here. This is what the geometry of a follow me sphere looks like. So this is cool. It's still an ordered mesh. It is everything here is very nice. It's clean. But you can see it doesn't have those triangles that you would see on a geodesic dome. So there is a way to get from this to something like this, but I don't know what it is. So I'm not going to waste your time or mine, like I said. Instead, we will start from here and we'll make this thing awesome. So what I'm going to do is looking at it from, pretty well the side, I'm going to grab the bottom half and delete it. And then we'll take this and make it into our dome house. So there's a couple different ways geodesic homes work. There's the ones that were put up, I'm referencing the ones that were put up in the forum. And what it has is it has the dome on top and then straight walls that drop down. So I'm going to do something like that. I'm going to drop a line right here, come from here to here, just close it, and then just real quick hop around here. I was trying to think if there's a quicker way to do this, and you could, in theory, grab the lines that just make this bottom part and then project or drape them down onto a flat surface, which I think would be possible, but there's so few edges on here, I think it might be a wash time-wise as far as how much work it would take. I can't just take it and push it straight down. I can't use push-pull because it's not a perfect, these edges aren't perfectly flat with each other. You can kind of see as you look at them, they go like this as you go around. So each of these sides is actually a little bit different from the one before. So yeah, I was trying to think of the best way to shortcut it would probably be doing drape with sandbox tools, but maybe too
use any excuse you can take to stitch something together. So
I do love some good stitching. All right, I'm gonna take those and soften them. All right, so there we have the basic forms. I'm gonna do this too. I'm gonna grab the top section, and actually we'll grab this much of it, and I'm going to unsoften and unsmooth and turn on those edges. Wait, what did that happen?
You need to bring the angle all the way down.
There we go. I thought I could just force it with the eyeball. Can't just poke somebody in the eye for nothing like that, I guess. All right, so there we go. So there's the basic geometry. And then the other thing that was in there that I thought was really cool were the windows. So what I want to do is I'm just going to grab a couple of these triangles and we're going to do an offset. I'm going to do the same offset on those. doing right here, here, and then maybe like.
We did have one question come in from Amy on LinkedIn about, can I ask a SketchUp V-Ray question? You certainly can. I don't know if we'll be able to answer it, but fire away.
It never hurts to ask. But
that's right.
Asking is not a guarantee of anything useful from us. It's kind of cool. I kind of like that. I'm going to grab some of this geometry and I'm going to throw a color on it. Ooh, that's the stuff that...
Do you have a cup of that color?
That is... I could have picked anything. I was looking for something that looked kind of woodish, and I picked baby diaper brown. All right, and then I'll come back with a nice windowy color. Color inside that. So this gets you the idea, right? Because obviously, if I was doing this for some kind of production, I'd have a lot more information about sizes and stuff. But this is kind of the process you would go through. This, as you look at this, there's a couple. Well, we're not going to go into geometry here, but there's a couple different ways geodesic domes are put together. This one's actually not regular. So the triangles are different sizes and shapes as I go around here, but there are ones that are the exact same size all the time. So that would probably be what you'd search for when you try to do that. But there we go. We got another 10-minute model of a geodesic dome house.
Very nice. We did have one person request put a regular rectangle window onto it. I don't know if that's something you want to do.
Sure, we'll
but
put it.
I'm here to read the comments.
We just put it right here. It's not a problem at all.
There you go. Yeah, make sure to pick a rectangular, or just do a really small rectangular window on one of the triangles. Amy's V-Ray question had to do with, I have the ground and a surface on top of the ground. The ground renders through. That may be a reversed face issue if the surface is, if the back face is showing up, then renders typically will kind of ignore that. So you could try reversing the face on the surface and seeing if that helps.
Yeah.
I know V-Ray also has like an infinite plane option, so you could try adding that in as a workaround. But I'm not very experienced in V-Ray, so I don't know if those will be helpful suggestions, but you can definitely give them a shot.
Absolutely. Good call. All right.
Yeah, 3 things down, and you did the bonus sphere earlier too, so it's like 3.5 things.
I'm gonna go through that again for anybody who wasn't watching because it was so fast. But no, this is in all seriousness, this is something that we get questions like why don't we have primitives? Why don't we just have tools to draw things? And I mean, if I want a 2 foot by 2 foot cube, I just draw a 2 foot by 2 foot rectangle, do a push pull by 2 foot, and then there it is. So it goes pretty quick. Circles are probably the more complicated. Circles or toruses are probably the 2 pieces of geometry that are part of like a primitive tool set that are not immediately apparent how to do. But so I always challenge everybody. We did a few years ago, we had a video called 6-second spheres, and that was ideas learning to draw a sphere in 6 seconds. So the way this works is with my circle tool, I just pull out just a large circle on the ground, then tap the left or right arrow key and pull out the second circle. This circle should have the radius of the sphere you actually want to make. So if I'm matching what's here, I would do 12. And then all you have to do is select the bottom one, follow me, hit the circle, and delete this. And now I have a 2 foot sphere. And it really should be that quick and easy. So I always challenge people to try to do that. With a torus, it's actually the same steps. But I draw my first one in. When I draw my second one in, I just draw it on the edge instead of on the center. And then I can just, same thing, grab that, follow me, click here, and you have a torus. So there are tools, there are extensions in SketchUp or in the extension warehouse that will allow you to quickly draw these sorts of geometries. I installed one of them just a moment ago. I can't remember where it is. Oh, draw. It's under draw. It always tricks me. It's called shapes. And what you can do is you can actually put something in there that you want. So if I want that torus, I can click here and then put in the size of it. Oh, there it is at the. So there are extensions to do that if that's something you do a lot and you want to make it easier on yourself. But I'll say that basic geometry, that's pretty close to the same. I'm impressed by my accidental precision there. But yeah, I would say it's just one of those things that you should absolutely practice up. I love extensions, and there's some really amazing extensions out there, but I will advocate as much as possible, learn to do things in the native tools first. That way you appreciate the extension more, but then if the extension ever doesn't work, you're not out of luck. So yeah.
Yeah. And speaking of learning, we had a question about online tutorials. Learn.sketchup.com is the place to go for kind of comprehensive SketchUp training, all kinds of different stuff, whether you're starting from zero or you want like some more advanced workflows. Learn.sketchup.com. We call it SketchUp Campus because there's so many good learning opportunities there. So yeah, definitely check that out after the stream, because there's so much knowledge being packed into this stream that you don't want to miss that.
That's right.
Yeah, somebody had a question about creating a sphere that wasn't kind of, you know, the poles all come to a point.
Yeah.
You could download the Geodesic sphere off 3D Warehouse if you want, or
yeah. I think the sphere that this shapes extension does is different too. Actually, didn't do it. It does a dome. So if I do a dome and then look at the geometry. Oh no, it's the same thing. Never mind. Get out of here. All
right. Be gone.
Awesome. I think I saw. Did a comment about a yurt go by?
Yes. Could Aaron draw a yurt?
Yeah, I could. So what I would do if I was drawing something like a yurt, I'm not drawing from any plans or anything like that either. So forgive me. Here, this would be my footprint. And then what I would draw here would be like, what's my height? Say I'm going to get 13 foot, something like that. The circle's a little small for that, so maybe we'll bring it down a little. I would get my geometry in like this. And then any other details I think I want, I'll round this corner off like that. Up here, we'll actually come across and chop it off like that. And then do an arc like that. And then take this, same thing, follow me around like that. And I got the basics of a yurt right there. I actually think that this is probably a half circle, so what I'd probably do is go something like that. Now that looks way too big, but I'll give it a shot. Yeah, that's not gonna work. I gotta come down a little bit lower. There we go. And I'll take that. And we'll just grab that and move it up. There we go. I'll redo this. Oops. There we go. And re-follow me. That made almost no difference, but I could tell. So that'd be the initial, oh, we have a yurt dweller right here. Earl said I did it. I was fine the first time around. Depending
if
on
anybody would know, Earl would, if he has a yurt.
That's right. And then depending on the geometry, I have seen them different ways, but a lot of times they'll frame in a flat surface for like the door, that kind of stuff. And I would just recommend doing something like that. Just grab those edges, to the dimensions proper. I could bring that up, and then in that space, I could actually come in and model, whatever is my door. just making a quick and dirty door frame. Oops, I didn't mean to make it that dirty. There we go. Push that in, and etc. etc. So yeah, fast Yurt. I gotta slow down. I mean, we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 examples in 40 minutes.
Man, burning.
Hot mouse. Yeah, let me group that up. I feel like it needs color. Hold on, I'm gonna put some green on
color
here.
that thing in.
Green
Can you
Yurt.
model a 3D chess set that can be seen as 2D chess from above? We do have a series on YouTube of modeling chess pieces in 3D, but not that look like 2D pieces from above. But I suppose you could project, if you have like 2D images of like what the chess pieces would look like in a 2D, app, then you could project them, parallel project them from above or something.
I love it. I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna do one. I'm not gonna do a set because time. But here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna draw a circle on the ground. I'm gonna draw a plane like this to draw onto. I'm gonna mock up some basic shapes here. Here's my base. And it's gonna come up something like this, and then something like this, and then something like that, something like that. I'll take that, repeat that up here, and then put a circle like that. So this is gonna be a pawn. And then I'll fancy this up a little bit. We'll come in here with some arcs like this.
Anybody catch the World Chess Championship over the past couple weeks?
I did not.
Defending champion Ding Liren versus Gukesh D out of India. I don't want to spoil it if you're not caught up, but it was a good match.
Yeah, I TiVo'd it, so is that still a thing? Is TiVo still around? Is that a...
I'm sure it exists in some capacity, but...
All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab this, and I'm going to make a copy a la Tyson. Tyson be proud of me. And make a boneyard over here. I'm going to hold on to this. In fact, right now while I'm doing this, I'm just going to flip that over. And then I'm going to, on this one, I'm going to chop the head off my pawn real quick. And then when I do my follow me, that was the wrong button. Follow me. There we go. So there's my 3D chess piece to begin with. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this shape right here. I'm going to lay it down flat. Let's reverse the face. Let's scale it. And then I'm going to group that temporarily.
Different interpolarity.
Oh, it's way too early for that kind of nonsense. All right, then we'll put it right here, centered. I'm going to explode it, and then we'll pull it up in 3D a little bit. And per your request, like I don't really know what you were asking. Let's start there. But this is a pawn-looking piece, which, if viewed from above, has a picture of a pawn on it. And I believe if I make this into a group, it is solid and 3D printable. So that's could be a start to what it is you're trying to do.
Right on. Love it. Good work. Look at that. Off the cuff.
And I want to say, I did appreciate your totally... It took me a second to connect what you had said with what I was modeling, but the fact that you chess championship makes a lot of sense. Good, perfect banter. It's awesome.
Love it. Cool. Yeah, I don't see any other requests right now in the chat. So you're calling direction.
All right. Yes, some cool pictures of houses on the forum. That's awesome. we'll put that in the, oh,
wow,
there's a
there's a lot
question.
of I've not been keeping up on this. Go ahead.
Somebody asked to model a banana. Yeah.
You gotta have a banana in your model, or else what are you doing?
I kind of feel weird that we haven't done that yet. I mean, we're 45 minutes in, haven't done a banana. What are we even doing? All right. So here's how I will. Oh, now they're coming in. Here's how I would go about modeling a banana. A sentence I'm kind of excited to be able to say, but did not expect it, to be totally honest. I'm going to start with a 6-sided shape. Pull that out like that. I'm going to come in here with an arc. I'm going to do like a low, like a 3-sided arc, and just round these corners off a little bit. Do each of these at slightly different sizes.
Just like nobody's perfect, no banana is perfect either.
That's right. There we go. That's the shape I'm looking for. So this is not gonna be a super high quality banana, but it's gonna get the job done. All right, so I'm gonna right click and weld my edges. That way when I pull out, I get this nice smooth piece like that. And then I'm going to option pull out a piece, and I'm going to rotate that from the left side. There we go. Find the middle-ish. I'm gonna give it a little bit of a, just a little bit of a. There we go.
Sure, and your textbook banana.
That's right. You guys all know what I'm talking about. I'm going to option scale that and just shrink it down a little bit. And then I will do the same thing. I'm just gonna do an option, little push pull, and grab that new face, rotate it. And again, I'm not really worried about getting exactly in the center-ish. That's gonna give me another little bit of a curve, and so on and so forth. That one I'll scale down quite a bit more because I'm getting towards the end of the banana. Why is just talking about a banana elicit giggles? I mean, I'm not upset about it. It's just, I guess it's because it's just the world we live in, I suppose. All right.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I'm gonna scale it up a little bit. There we go. Pull that out like that. There we go. Yeah, scale that way down. About the middle. Yeah, I don't like the way that happened. So I'm going to just kind of pull it out a little bit. So at this point, it's kind of just playing with our geometry here. Because I welded these, I can grab these individual segments, and I can use things like scale on here because I want that to fall slightly more in line with the arc. All right, I'm going to go about that far, and I'm going to grab, oh, look at that. Oh boy.
Yeah, that's not banana-esque. Gotta have a nice smooth.
And because this is vertical, I can grab all of this, and I can say, there we go. Got the half the banana. And then at one end now, I'm going to maybe pull this out a little long. Maybe kind of flare that out just a teeny bit. Something like that. And then, yeah, we'll just... All right, I'm going to grab all of this, and I'm going to make it a group. And then I'm going to, in that group, this is just kind of a shortcut. I want to get each of these places that I created a new segment. I actually did a copy push pull, which keeps the original face where it was and pulls out a new one. So if I was to look inside of here, which we can do, I come in here with section plane. And I cut into this banana. Each of these pieces right here is, actually, let's go to style. If you're ever intending to use a section plane to look inside something and you do it and all of a sudden it gets solid like this, all you got to do is head right over to styles, go to edit, click on this last button, the blue cube right here, and turn off section fill. That's gonna let me see inside. You can see inside there. This is the problem. I got all these segments here. So even if I soften smooth, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna get rid of that. But what I can do is make it a solid and then use Solid Inspector, which is an extension, but it's one of those extensions that even if you don't do like 3D printing or anything like that, I recommend using, getting a copy of Solid Inspector because it makes things like this easy. Because I can run it and then it comes up and tells me there's 6 interior faces. I can say fix that, that gets rid of them. And now I can come in here, select all of this and smooth it. And there we go. I got a banana.
Love it.
That was unexpected, but I appreciate that. Let's go ahead and color it
You gotta
yellow.
paint it yellow. Yeah, there you go.
We got a banana on our live stream. That's the first. That is a first. I've modeled apples before, but not a banana. So, thank you, Box. That was Box. The comment, that request was from Box, one of the sages over on the forum. So thank you very much. Not sure if you're watching. Got your banana.
All right. What do you know? There's so many things flooding in on the forum. I'm like,
I like it.
I don't know what to do. We have a trebuchet, multiple sliding component doors. It seemed like more of a full live stream instead of a 10-minute gig, but ideas for next year for sure. So thanks for dropping those in there.
Trebuchet, absolutely. We should definitely throw that on the list. That would be a fun one. That would probably require a picture or two. I know there's that. Yes, anybody knows exactly what yeah, that thing.
Can't you just input that into AI and have it model it for you?
Hey, super smart AI, make me a yeah. Oh, I see one. A curtain. Let's do a curtain.
Great one. From Michelle on LinkedIn.
Thank you, Michelle. All right, so obviously curtains can be a whole lot of detail or they can be pretty simple. So I'm going to start simple and then we'll talk about how would we go about unsimpling them. So here's what I would do. I'm going to draw a shape on the ground, just a 2D shape. So I like to draw a plane to work on. Not required, but for me it makes it a little bit easier. So I'm going to just draw a line through the middle like that, and I'm going to come in here. I'm going to put a circle right here, and then I'm going to grab it and copy it. I don't know, like 8 times. Yeah, that'll work. All right. And then what I'm looking for here is basically this. Yes, that's right. So what I'm going to do is I want to take that line right there and I just want to pull that up into 3D. I can't, there's a couple things I'm going to do. One is let's get this all welded together. So I'm going to grab that and I'm just going to weld the edges. That's going to give me one line. Oh, actually, I'm going to do this too. I'm going to return this line a little bit. We'll copy so it's exact same length. I'll just copy it over here. And then re-weld that. There is an extension called line push pull. Pull line, push line, push line. I don't think I have it installed though. That's okay, because what I can do is I can just connect these two faces together, or two edges together, pull this up to the appropriate height of the drapes, and then I can get rid of this. That gives me, this is 100% thin, of course, so this is not a solid model. What I could have done if I wanted to give depth to those is I could have, when I had the 2D shape, I could have done an offset to give myself, a little bit of edge, but this will work for right now. I'm going to go ahead and grab that, make it a group, and then I'm going to come over here, right about exactly here-ish, and and I'm going to draw a circle. And I'm actually going to draw 2 circles. All right, this first circle, this smaller circle, is going to be my curtain rod. Like that. It's going to come out. This is getting in my face. I'm going to hide it temporarily. Oh, that's why. It's a good reason to not be there is because you're not there, or not be selectable is because you're not there. There we go, and I'll pull that through this way. Delete this. I'm going to delete that. Reverse that face. Reverse that face. And I'm going to grab that and just make it a group real quick, just to isolate that. Now, this second circle is actually a little bit bigger than what I wanted, so I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to go up to Edit and Unhide Last. Hide, I advocate for only using hide as a temporarily getting something out of your way to model. Hide should not be used for like presentations or anything like that. If you want to take geometry and quickly and easily turn it off, assign it to tags, and then turn the tag on and off. Just use hide as a temporary modeling thing. I'm going to do this. I'm going to come up here. I'm going to draw a new circle. And with my circle, I want to
Hey, get over here, circle.
I'm having an issue with my inferencing. I'm trying to remember. I've had this before. I'm trying to remember what I did to make it come back.
Yeah, I don't know. As you're troubleshooting that, I will say that I've also seen this same kind of technique that you did with the arcs. I've seen people use the freehand tool to kind of draw in a profile of a curtain as well, to add a little more variability, or a little more kind of organic look, depending on what type of curtains are there. So that's also an option. And then, like Aaron did, doing the closing the face and push pulling it, or doing the offset and then pushing it. Definitely ways to do it.
That's right. All right. So this circle, I just drew a circle slightly offset, slightly below, and I'm going to take that and push it all the way through here. I'm going to take this. I'm going to get this out of the way because it's going to cause issues for me. I'm going to slide it over to the side exactly 50 feet. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this geometry and say intersect faces with model. And what that'll do, I can get rid of this now, is that'll just give me a circle any place that larger rod right there ran through. So now I can just, whoops, just delete the whole thing and everything's fine. Delete, and I can just kind of,
move on.
What if I do it all from here? Delete, delete, delete.
Right down the barrel.
Oh, look at that. It's all coming up Millhouse. Look at that. Woo! All right. So there's my holes. Now I can take my rod, slide it back over 50 feet. And that would be the quickest, easiest way I could think of to make curtains. Like I said, there are other ways to do it. Matt talked about this a little bit. One of the things you could do is you could use something like a, the word's not coming to me.
Curtain?
The curtain tool. No, I was thinking of, oh my gosh.
It's an extension, or it's a... Okay. Clothworks?
No. Clothworks would be like, that would be the up here. That would be the ultimate. I was thinking of, what's the word? The word, it's a single syllable word where you can, I keep wanting to say drape. That's not the word. Loft. There we go. Whew. 4 letters. That hard. The idea with lofting is you can take 2 separate shapes and kind of have them connected together. So you can, there's several extensions out there that let you loft things. But then what you could do is you could actually have finer folds in the top and bigger folds at the bottom, so they kind of billow out, that kind of thing. But yeah, that's an option. But this would be the no frills, super simple, basic modeling, native tools kind of thing. So
very nice. And now your banana has a little privacy.
That's right.
So that's good.
Get behind the banana curtain.
Pay no attention to the banana behind the curtain.
But yeah, as Matt was calling out, the concept or the extension Clothworks is, like I said, that's like the ultimate.
It uses physics
solution.
and like to make it look like it's real fabric falling over other. So it's a little more advanced, but if you look up Clothworks, you can see really cool examples of stuff people have made using it. So
yeah, it's a great extension, and you could literally take this and then say this is cloth and apply gravity to it and it'll just kind of drape itself and hang, and it is really, really pretty cool. So yeah, definitely check that out.
Yes.
All right. What do we got?
I know there was a lot of requests for like Christmas related stuff. I don't know if that's a direction you want to go, but like people talked about a wreath or an ornament or other stuff.
Yeah, let's do something. Let's start with the simplest. Let's just do a Christmas bauble. Bauble.
It was referred to in the let me find the commenter in the forum.
Bauble.
Pyro Luna. Yeah, bauble.
All right, so to make a bauble, I'll throw another circle on the ground, and we'll come straight up from there, and we'll put a circle like this. But that's not all there is to a simple bauble. I'm going to go ahead and get the stem. Probably didn't know that's what it is. Pretty sure that is true. Like that. There we go. It's like just your regular glass ball. But I'm going to do more. Here's what I was thinking. Those little caps, little metal caps that fit over that end part on the ball. I want to model that because it's a weird thing. Those things. But we'll start with this. We're going to just follow me. Oops, I did not weld. So we grab just those edges. I'm going to weld. I'm going to back up a step because I just did a thing that I think people should pay more attention to, but I did. Not in a like pay attention to me kind of way, but more in a like here's a learning thing. So we did a video very last week, I think, which is about different levels of SketchUp expertise, going from beginner, intermediate, advanced. And the crux, the idea in the video was that people a lot of times are self-taught in SketchUp and they don't know what level they're at. So it was kind of walking through different ways to tell how advanced you are. That kind of thing was the general idea of the video. But I didn't think of this before now, and I want to share this because here's one thing that I think separates a more advanced. I'm not going to say it's an advanced. This is definitely maybe intermediate, upper intermediate kind of thing, is getting good at using the select tools. So what I want to select right now is this edge, this arc I created, the rest of this circle, plus this arc, plus this edge right here. So that's what I could have done, and that's probably what a beginner modeler would have done. They would have just used pick and gone around and grabbed them. To speed the process up, I double click in the middle of this face, which selects all the edges. Then hold down Shift, that says plus or minus, that's going to add or remove selected items. So if I drag down like that, it's going to deselect this edge and this face. So basically, that process got all the edges I need, as opposed to this. So something else to think about. I didn't think about that before, but that is definitely something that shows me somebody's really paying attention to SketchUp is how they use select to select and deselect. And then I'm going to weld those. And now, follow me. Grabbing the wrong tool, though, that's just amateur hour. Hello. Wow.
Yeah, that's like below beginner. Can't even tell what the icons are.
Whew. All right, so there we go. So there's my initial bauble. Make that into a group. All right, now what I want to do is I'm going to come up here with another circle. So here's the thing that happens sometimes. I don't have a center to reference to on this circle because this is not a circle. This is a round shape that was created by a follow me. It doesn't have circular attributes. But what it does, again, using those 24 sides, if I go to the very top one, start to pull down, hold down shift, and then go to the one that's right here, I can get to that center circle. You can see my circle I pull out then lines up perfectly. So I'm going to go ahead and take that. I'm going to pull that out. Not, how much is this? This is 2.5, so I'm going to say 2 foot 7 inches. We're not working a scale here, obviously. And then I'm going to pull that up to give it a little bit of depth. And before I pull it down, so I could pull it down and then that would be like that cap on top of the bauble. Actually, hold on. I'm going to back up a couple steps. I'm going to offset it more. Oops. Where's my circle? I undid too much. All right, let's do that again.
You're being very undued. Yeah.
That's a fun thing we could talk about in the comments. My wife and I were talking about like movies we liked and like what movies would we recommend to people or what do we want to watch over, and Big Lebowski was on that list. That's why it made me think of that. But I would love to hear your guys's like can't miss. What are the movies you got to watch, once a year, or what's your favorite movie? It's a thing we could have just on the side as we talk about other stuff.
Yeah, it's on TV. You got to finish it. Or,
that's right.
Yeah, the most rewatchable movie. Yeah, that's a good question. I know around the holidays people have their like specific ones. I haven't really watched too many holiday movies this year yet, but I guess there's still time. What about you? Do you have a specific one you like to catch every year?
So my family was a big fan of Christmas Story, so we usually still watch that, and that's I think it plays like 24 hours a day around Christmas time, so it's pretty easy to catch.
Yeah.
And I think one of my favorites is Scrooged.
Sure.
I'm a big fan of Bill Murray. I've always liked Bill Murray. But yeah, that's a good one. And I think we polled last year, and I think the overwhelming winner was Elf. I feel like that was last year's big movie. Most recently, though, I'm going to throw out a shout out for 8-Bit Christmas. If you haven't seen it, it's a fun one, especially if you spent any part of your childhood in the 80s. That was a good one.
Right on. Hey, Donovan's here.
Or if you're just a Nintendo fan in general, it's a good one.
That would work too.
Yeah. Although I do have a contender, I would say Elf. Elf has been like #1 in our family for many, many years. And if you've seen the thousands of snowflakes that are hanging in my house right now, you would understand that we take that movie pretty seriously. But that said, Klaus has become the reigning champion of holiday movies in our home.
All right.
So if you have you seen it, Aaron?
Yes, I have. That's a good one.
Good.
It is a good movie.
This is a very good one. Oh my goodness. As someone who used to be an animation student, that movie it blows me away. It's amazing. It's incredible.
It is very, very well made. Yes. Lauren said they'd never seen Elf, and I got homework for you.
Yeah.
Before you come back in 2025, catch Elf.
Oh my goodness, there's so many people shouting out Polar Express, It's a Wonderful Life, National Lampoon's Christmas Story or Christmas Vacation.
That's on my list too.
Christmas Carol. Mm-hmm.
Christmas Vacation is another one that both myself as a child and all of my children saw it way too young an age.
Oh,
Because
Die Hard,
it's
get
the
that
Christmas.
out of here. Get that out of here. It's not a Christmas movie.
There we go. As far as detail in a thing like a bauble, I gotta say that looks pretty good. Let's color it. Of course, I'm gonna go for bright red. I'm gonna color nice light silver, and then we'll get a little hoop at the top, a little darker color. Yeah, there we go.
Very nice.
Most unexpected Christmas movie, Tokyo Godfathers. Never heard of that one.
Have not seen that. All right, using my banana as scale, I think that's about the right size.
Yeah, definitely have to get the banana for scale going on. Love to see it.
All right.
Cool. Well, before I move on, before I hand off to Donovan, I want to say thanks to everybody definitely watching now or watching this stream in the future, and anybody who's watched SketchUp Live at all in 2024. So we appreciate you being here. We wouldn't do it without you, certainly. So you are the reason for the season in my mind. But no, we very much appreciate you. So yeah, thanks for sticking around. Thanks for always being in healthy discussion in the comments. So yeah, you guys are great. I had a great time this year on SketchUp Live, so I hope you did too.
Absolutely, and thank you, Matt, for all of your contributions. I don't want to ignore the fact that Matt took on actually live modeling this year. So he has co-hosted. He was, of course, the first co-host for Live back more years ago than I want to admit. He was there for the original Millennium Falcon model series. But yeah, this year Matt started actually doing some modeling too, which has been awesome, very well received. You guys said you like the stuff he's showing, and it's great to see a new take on how to teach some SketchUp modeling. So yeah, thank you, Matt.
Yeah, the noob's perspective. But yeah, no, it's I will tell you folks, if you're in the chat now, enjoy it. It's comfortable in the chat. It's comfortable not being in the person who's on screen. So yeah, it's a different experience, definitely being having your hand on the mouse. But yeah, but it's been fun and it's been good times, and I appreciate the feedback from everybody. So I will continue to do it.
Thank you, Matt.
In 2025.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you, and hey, have a great rest of the stream, and hey, have fun, guys. Happy SketchUp Live Day.
Yeah, see you later, Matt.
Adios.
All right, I don't want to throw fuel on any fire, but I did start this, so I'm gonna. It was actually the star of Die Hard, Bruce Willis, who said that it shouldn't be considered a Christmas movie.
Yeah, he publicly announced that, kind of angrily.
Right.
Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. Although I do have to. This is my defense in saying Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. Johnny Five, I'm ready to fight you for it. Okay. It could have been set at New Year's Eve, at a New Year's Eve party, and would have been the exact same movie. The fact that it was set at Christmas is happenstantial and not a critical part of the plot. It could have been another holiday and been exactly the same movie, which means it's not a Christmas movie.
So I guess that's a question of perspective, right? Is what makes a Christmas movie. And Donovan, you're telling me that in order to be a Christmas movie, it being Christmas has to be an essential part of the story.
Yeah. In that same vein, I have this fight every now and then. In that same vein, It's a Wonderful Life, not necessarily a Christmas movie, because it could have taken place during a different time and still would have been the same movie. So this is my own personal opinion, honestly. Like, I do think there are definite criteria to what is considered, at least to me, a Christmas movie. And if you can take the same movie and do it during like St. Patrick's Day and it's the same movie, then it's not a Christmas movie. Nice background.
Thanks. It's stock. It came with the frame.
It came with the frame. Keggy is backing me up.
All right.
You could set it any time of the year and it would have been the same. Yep.
Uh-oh. Tyson said if that's the case, then neither is Home Alone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's model some things now.
With this.
All right. I feel like there was a couple ideas I saw go by, and then I succumbed to the Christmas thing, and yeah. Anyhow, oh no, it's got wow. There's way too many Christmas comments. Hold on.
This is how we get the engagement, baby.
That's right. It worked.
We're just rage baiting at this point.
Oh man.
Never seen a Christmas tree on St. Patrick's Day. Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay, hold on. There's a reference to Big Lebowski. I got to be getting close. All right, there we go. All right. So somebody did ask for a sub D model. I was actually thinking about that. I did not get sub D installed, so I don't actually have sub D or quad face tools or anything installed, so I can't do any organic modeling on the stream. But we'll do one next year. We'll do something for sure.
Enlighten me. What is sub D?
Sub D is an extension that takes geometry and subdivides and smooths it. So you take blocky geometry and it turns it into organic shapes. So yeah, we will definitely do that. Do some subdivision modeling, or we could even do another AMTMA with subdivided models. That could be kind of fun. All right.
Let's see. Somebody said bubble lights, a
Bubble
mountain,
lights. What's a bubble
pipe
light?
threads.
Bubble light sounds interesting. I just don't know what it is. Oh, you know what there was a request for was a doorknob that was perfectly in.
Ooh, bubble lights. How do we describe them? They look like a cup with a candle in the middle. I just looked them up.
Somebody throw it up on the forum. Somebody whoever requested that. Go. Oh, here it is. So there's a request on the forum for a doorknob by E.R. Butler, and there's a link to it, and it's actually okay. The bubbles in it actually make it kind of difficult. So.
Wow, those are unique doorknobs. What a world we live in, where you could be known as like the doorknob guy.
The bubble doorknob guy, you know.
The bubble doorknob guy. Are you talking about E.R. Butler, the bubble doorknob guy? Yeah, yeah.
That's good stuff. All right, so we do have a request here for a hydroponic tower in the forum, and that is pretty cool looking. So yeah. I'm gonna do that.
I'm actually building one right now.
Can you guys see what I'm going to?
Printing one right now.
All right,
so that's pretty cool.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to come in with a circle. If you don't see this, Donovan will throw a link again to this. And you can see what it is we're talking about. So basically, it's a tower made up of sections of what looks like PVC, and there are cups around that connect to the inside out. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to grab a circle like this. I'm going to make this into a group. I'm going to come onto the side. Again, I use the segments a lot, so I know I'm kind of harping on this, not in a bad way, but I'm a big fan of using these segments of the circle to model things, including scale. So I'm centering to the edge that is on the green axis, and then I went 1.5 segments over and pulled a line out and did the same on the other side. Now I'm going to come over here and put a circle like that. And then what I'm going to do is pull that up like that. I'm going to grab this bottom piece, slide it back like that. Whoops. I guess I didn't put all that in. All right, that's okay. Actually, here's what I'm going to do. I know I'm arguing with myself at this point, but let's go ahead and make this into its own group. Come into this group and close the bottom up. Come into this group, close the bottom up, which means tracing that real quick. All right. I'm going to, like I did before, I'm going to grab this. Let's hide the rest of the model. And then get rid of that. And I'm going to offset this. Whoops.
Have you made a hydroponic tower before? You're pretty crafty.
I haven't, but I think they're cool. But yeah, I have not done it myself yet. All right, we're going to offset like that. Oh, my erase key is super sensitive today. I'm just deleting everything. All right, so that's what I'm going to take right there, and I'm going to grab this section right here. So just those two edges. And I'm going to shove that back like that. And that gets me the side. That's the shape of the cup that sits on the side like that. Let's go ahead and grab all of it and soften and smooth it real quick. Oh, yeah. That's the thing. That's it. I'm going to take that then, and I'm going to rotate it. The center, I'm going to find the center of this circle. And I'm going to come around 120 degrees to X. Grab all of that, dig into a group, and I'm going to take that, I'm going to copy it straight up. I'm going to rotate that then 60 degrees. I'll take that. Boom, a hydroponic tower. That looks very similar. It's not exactly the same, but it looks very similar to the one that Kadi shared a picture of on the forum. I know there's more inner workings and there's openings and stuff like that, but we're doing the 10-minute version of some of these things.
Ooh, what about a sled? I know it's not on the forum, but like,
that'd be fun.
'Tis the season for some people. Do you have snow right now, Aaron?
Not currently.
That is such a travesty.
See,
you're in Colorado. Colorado is known for snow, right?
This is the misconception about the Front Range. Everybody thinks that it's all snowy here, and I think I told a story before. When I was training for another company many years ago, we did our trainings out of Boulder, Colorado, and I had a group come in June, and the guy literally had boots on, jeans, and he only had sweaters. And he said, well, I thought it was going to be like cold and snowy here. And that's not how Colorado works. Colorado's actually a desert. Like, we get a very small amount of rainfall falling from the sky every year. So yeah, he was really warm that whole time. But yeah, it was funny. I just saw a thing that I gotta do.
You gotta do? What do you gotta do?
Somebody asked for
what is it?
A bandsaw reindeer.
Ooh.
I like that, but I might simplify a little bit. Hold on. I gotta think real quick. No, we can do that. All right. So if anybody doesn't know, this is, I guess my social media, not everybody's social media. Now I'm going to do a simpler shape than a reindeer because I don't know how to do the antlers. So I'm going to do a duck, a bandsaw duck. If anybody doesn't know what this is, what people do is take a solid piece of wood, draw the profile of a thing on one side, and then like the front face of it on the other side, and then an overhead view of what it looks like on the third side, and then cut it from all those three sides, and what you're left with in the middle is that three-sided piece. So I'm going to do that real quick. I'm going to, we'll start by, here's my block of wood, and I'm going to make a couple marks here. This is the mark of the beak. So
We did have a technical question while you're doing this. He says, while you're here, can you please explain the difference between double clicking and triple clicking a group?
I don't know that there is a difference for a group. Let's see. Here I have a group. If I single click, it highlights. If I double click, it opens it. If I triple click, it opens it and then picks whatever my mouse was over. So I don't know that there is a big difference. Whoops, out of plane. Yeah, I don't think there's a difference. Good question. All right, so this is low poly. I apologize.
There was a few requests for low poly stuff, so you're fitting it right in there.
All right.
Do you have a bandsaw?
I do, but it's actually under my workbench right here.
Sitting
it's
in
about
your
this
office?
Big. Yeah. It's not it's not a very big bandsaw.
Okay.
All right. Something came out of plane. There we go. All right, so there is my low poly duck. I'm going to make a couple of guidelines here. Here's the top, and here's the bottom. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and right at the middle, I'm going to say, okay, here's the top, here is the middle. And I'm going to say that the head's going to be something like that. Comes down, the bottom of the head is right about here, this height. So I'll bring that in like that. The neck goes down to about this height. So I'd say that comes down, I'll have flare out just a little bit. And then the bottom of the body's here. Pretty free on how bulky I want this little guy to be. Something like, there we go. And then I will take that and we'll go ahead and mirror that. Get rid of these extra edges here. And what we could do right now is, now we'll just go all the way. We gotta keep going. All right, so I'm gonna trace the sides up like this. Oh, dang, I gotta fix this though. I gotta take this and scoot it back so it's within that. Otherwise, I have some issues. All right, that works. All right, so then if I go straight up here, and I'll draw a center line again, so all I have to do is once. Like this, and then give it a duck from above look. You guys know what I'm talking about. All right.
So Lawrence is throwing a little bit of shade to your guidelines being lines.
Absolutely, they are. I've been pretty straightforward about that. I know. Probably calling me out because I keep saying I'm going to use guides more, but I don't know. I guess there's a time and a place. I don't know. All right. So from this, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do that. We got to move. Do that. Do that. And we'll get rid of this cube from behind. Don't need any of that. Close each of these up. And that's how it would look if I just cut them all out. Go ahead and make this into a group. Make into a group. make it into a group. And then we'll just do I'm going to do these one at a time. So I'm going to bring this, drop it down to here, and we'll take this front view, slide it back so they overlap each other. Excuse me, sir. And now I can take these two shapes, which should be solid and solid. They're both solid. And then if we go into tools, solid tools, we're going to make I think it's an intersect. There we go. So that's cuts 1 and 2. We bring this piece over like this, so it laps all the way through as well. Also a solid tool. Solid, solid. Grab both of them, and then one more time. Tools, solid tools, intersect, and there we go. Yeah, I couldn't do a reindeer with that. It would be too much. Maybe with a reference image or a drawing, some drawing time ahead of time, it would be possible. But there we go. I almost called it a chainsaw duck. Bandsaw duck. Low poly. Here, want to see me sand it?
Looks sanded. Looks good.
There we go. Sand those edges down just slightly. Nice. Cool. A mason jar with a knurled grip lid. Yeah. Save.
Have you done a lot of canning in your lifetime?
I haven't. We have some mason jars and we drink out of them on the back porch. That's about the limit or the extent of my canning. So forgive me if any of my dimensions are off on this, but dimensions, we're so not working at scale. I'm gonna address that. You guys all know you're here, so hopefully you know that SketchUp is capable of very accurate modeling. I am not doing that level of accurate modeling, not because I can't, but because we're just trying to keep it moving. We're going quick. That's right. So, but yeah, I mean, SketchUp can absolutely be very, very accurate with dimensions. But I am going kind of quick here with my models. So there we go. All right, so I'm gonna do the same thing I did before, and I'm going to offset this geometry to get the jar. Take this. Ooh, actually, I should do this first. Weld that. And then we'll grab this. Follow me. That's not the right button. It's all falling apart. All right, something's off about that scale. All right, let's undo. Grab. Here we go. I'm going to break this. Grab this. Shove that in. Whoa, something. Let's break it right here instead. There we go. Grab this. Move it. That's weird. Okay, I'm just going to chop it off then. Cut right there. That. Grab all that. Move that back to the center. And see if that's closer to mason. It's probably too skinny now, right? Grab this. Follow me. That's close. I'm going to accept that as my mason jar shape without any reference. All right, that's the easy part, right? Anybody with a mouse could do that. Let's talk about that lid. Let's get a knurled lid on here. Oh, I got over softened, so I'm gonna want to bring some of this back. No, here. Let me go bring it down. There we go. Got my lid back. All right, So I'm going to group this. I'm going to draw a circle from the center of this. I have a just going to draw a line that way I can get a center real quick and easy. What did I just do? All right, there you go. Pull that out. Similar to what we did with the bauble. Actually, I'll start here, and then I will offset that this amount. Go down like that, and then we'll pull that up. Option, pull that up, get rid of that. So there's the basic jar. Where we go? Make group to isolate that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to cut a section out. This is one section, that's it. And I'm going to get rid of all the rest. Because what we'll do is I'm going to do some light knurling. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here to the center. I'm going to do something like that, like that.
Zoomed in this much, it looks like some pretty heavy knurling.
Could be. Whoops, that was not what I wanted to do. Why is that?
What?
I did not go. There we go. That's what I want. Okay, now I take those. I'm going to mirror those. Guess I'm not. All right, I'm off axis now, so that's the issue. So I can't use, well, I can. It's quicker to just copy the line I'm trying to reference, cut that out, and then we'll go like that. And now I'm going to take those two edges and move them to right there. And right there. All right, now I can take that geometry I just made, plus this and this. We will rotate that 23x to go all the way around. Get rid of that. You could probably soften that a little bit more, actually. Something along those lines. Again, don't have my mason jar on me, but something like that.
It looks mason jar-esque.
Hey, I can't ask for more than that. I'm going to fill this with some glass color because I can. Whoa, it's like a very dark glass. All right, let's say you want to change that, because I do. I want to make it lighter in color, but also more transparent. If I come to my colors and model, and here it is, the last one. If I double click it, it'll show up right here, and now I can actually edit it. So if I come over here, say I want to make it a little bit lighter, and I want to make it more transparent. Oh, apparently that was not the one that was actually used. Try that one. So double click it from the list, then come over to edit it. There we go. Lighter, more transparent. And then
nice.
Let's give this a goldish color, right? Maybe? I don't know. Something like that. Ooh, you know what? I don't like those lines on the inside, though. Well, without changing our style, we're kind of stuck there. But yeah, there we go. Mason jar with a knurled lid. No, I don't want to thread it. Threading is absolutely something that can be done. It can be drawn. Tyson last month did 2 awesome videos on threading. We've done some stuff on using native tools to draw threads. It can actually be done. It's time consuming, and I would rather not. Thanks. Let's see what else we got. What else? Any other good ideas come in?
I'm looking through the list right now. I did throw it out a sled. There've been a couple, some a low poly person, a Lego minifigure.
That we have done. I think we did a live stream. Yeah, that exists.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one though. That would be a fun one to do again.
A Wreath was another a Volkswagen Beetle.
So the Beetle I like. There's some good pictures of it up there. That may be one to come back to in its own stream because yeah, you guys get the idea at this point. Let's do a wreath. I want to do a wreath. All right, I'm gonna do a wreath. Here's a circle. That's the shape of wreaths. You know, I'm trying to remember what a wreath leaf looks like. You know what? It really doesn't matter because that's why it doesn't matter. No, because I'm going to do this fairly low poly, like low poly as in least amount of geometry possible. So I think they like kind of have holly, like pokey leaves, but I'm going to use this hexagon-y shape. Slim it up like that, something like that. And we're going to make it way smaller. I'm going to do the same thing I did before. We're going to take a chunk of this circle. So I'm going to start by taking the circle and I'm going to turn it slightly because I want a flat of the circle to be on axis. So I don't have that same problem I had last time. And then that is the thing. I'm going to decorate this with a bunch of leaves and then we're going to take that piece and just spin it. I guess wreaths are normally made out of pine needles, right?
Well, people are saying holly, so a low poly holly leaf. Hello poly holly wreath.
I like it. Easy for you to say. All right, so I'm going to do this color green on one side and this color green on the other. And then
here in the States, it is pine. Do they make it like I'm curious. Elsewhere in the world, is it what is it different? Is it holly? Is it what do you make your wreaths out of?
Excellent question. All right, shrink this down quite a bit. All right, and then now to add some randomness. I do like how you said here in the States, like you're not from around here. Like he was trying to dismiss us all.
Well, I'm just saying, I realize that how we do things is not generally how the rest of the world does things.
Yeah. It's because we're unique snowflakes, every one of us. All right, so
I guess in Australia they used eucalyptus.
There you go. All right, I'm gonna take that. I'm going to make a copy of it. Slide it. Whoa, whoa, holy holly. Okay, try that again. Be cool, man. Be cool. All right, you can go like that. And then I'm going to come rotate that.
Transom says Douglas fir.
That's pine, in case anybody did not know. All right, and then I'm going to grab all of those, make a copy again, this direction. And then rotate that again. So what I'm looking for here is just kind of like randomness. I want just a good solid chunk of random pieces. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, make it into a component. Whoa! Ever seen this view before? This window? This means that I've created a component, and apparently the first one of the evening. So I'm going to go ahead and create that. And I'm going to copy that. 23x. All right, and then what this is going to let me do is see how my wreath is going, but only really have to work on one section. So I'm going to grab that piece, and I'm going to move it inwards. Oops. I don't want the edge, though. So reselect. Here's the other thing I'm going to do. I am going to go into, I don't need this, get out of my face. I'm going to go into View, Component Edit, Hide Similar Components. So I'm only going to work on one piece right here. And then let's go ahead and move a copy of that in like that. And then same thing, we'll come in here and rotate it. I'm actually kind of rotating off of the same point each time. So I kind of actually have a little center chunk that I'm working from. There we go. So let's click out and see how that looks. Not too bad. Might want to go a little bit. I'm gonna go a little bit thicker. I'm gonna do one more copy of these.
Keggie's saying here in the UK, or at least near me, it's usually made from whatever you can pinch from the next door neighbor's garden when they're not in.
That works. I like that.
John says, don't forget the berries. And Transom is reminding you to save.
Oh. Yeah, that's a thing. All right. There we go. I mean, come on, like.
Yeah, look at it.
Look at that thing.
Fantastic.
So this kind of begs.
Need a bow. Needs a bow.
That was what I was just about to say. What? That got so weird. I don't know why. There we go. Let's bring that down a little bit. Our scale may have gotten out of hand because at this point, well, I guess it's not too far. I don't know. We're all over the place. Doesn't matter. A bow. So if I'm going to make this into.
Uh-oh, Aaron.
Did something happen?
Well, I think something happened. The live stream seems to have frozen or froze.
It looks like we're back again.
Are we? Are we here? Can you see us? Buffering. Frozen.
Restream says it's going
go.
again.
Let it. Okay. All right.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Yep. Well, you. As long as everybody else can see and hear you. Now, Johnny 5 says, seems okay.
All right, so I'm going to take this shape right here. I'm going to make it into a group. And then I'm going to use my buddy save. And I'm going to use my other buddy TrueBend. And oops. Oh, I'm off of where I thought I was. So TrueBend allows you to rotate or bend geometry, but it always just in the mindset of keeping it simple.
Wind blowing hard where you're at, Aaron, because we've got the feed seems to be a bit laggy. It's buffering again.
Oh no.
It's buffering again.
Oh no.
Patrick says there must be snow on the internet line.
Oh no, I do have internet problems.
Oh, going horribly wrong. No, no.
Wait for it. It'll come back.
Gone again. Okay, I'm waiting. I'm here. I'm being patient. Buffering and back again. Oh man.
All right,
This is what happens when we try to do a long There we go.
Yeah.
Is that,
Yeah.
is that
Yeah.
good?
Okay. I'm back. I'm back to
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
High speed again.
Woo!
So
We're losing some people there for a second.
I don't blame him. I wouldn't stick around for that kind of garbage. What the heck?
Philip's like, Aaron just claimed that there's not much snow in Colorado, but then he froze.
Boom, nailed it. Love it. Ship it. That was awesome. All right, so I'm gonna start moving forward, assuming everybody's coming back, because it looks like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good on my end. So I'm gonna assume Restream does the thing.
Looks like we got the all okay.
Okay.
Sounds out of sync from the video, but
I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna scale it down like that. Take that whole thing. Scale it out a bit like this.
Patrick's saying time to wrap up. No. You know why? You know why?
Christmas
We
present.
got one more person to jump on here.
Holiday present to you. We're gonna go extra.
Like that.
Exactly like that.
I was really worried about hitting that last note.
Cue the fanfare. Tyson's here.
All right.
How do we do the whole like tag? You know, like we're in a wrestling match or something. Tag me.
I think you just did it.
Am I bowing out? Is
should've
it
done.
time?
Yes, it is.
Okay,
Time to say your final goodbye.
but
Everybody, thank you so much for an amazing 2024. It was so cool being a part of everything that we did here, online, in person at base camp. It was great meeting some of you face to face. I am so excited for 2025. We have some good content coming out. We got a great team here. We're here to show you all the cool things you can do with SketchUp, and I can't wait to show you even more. So happy holidays, everybody. And I'll see you next year.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you very much, Donovan.
Donovan, have a great time. Let's see you
Yeah.
later, buddy.
Have fun, you two.
Welcome,
Fun.
Tyson.
Nobody told me we had to have fun. I was here to heckle you.
Isn't that fun for you?
Oh yeah, fun for me. Yeah, I'm gonna rope Jody back in,
Oh,
and we're gonna really.
that was when heckling. Yeah, that was the
That
high
was-
point.
that's
High
the
point of
nice thing.
heckling right there.
we have never been able to recreate.
That's right. All right, that's gonna have to do. I think we wrote out the. Uh-oh.
Did we? Because some people are saying that me joining messed everything up.
I don't think that you can take responsibility for that. All right. There we go. All right, that's gonna be my bow. That's what I did.
Party.
Yeah, I guess they're talking like it's still working. Maybe I gotta just refresh my window and see if that looks better. But yeah, that was a good one. That was not something I was prepared for.
No,
I know that's not saying much.
You don't happen to have Chris Fulmer's. What's that?
Oh, I said me not being prepared isn't saying a whole lot, but that's all that goes with it.
You're pretty good at that. I was gonna say, do you have Chris Fulmer's scale and rotate?
I don't. I know that definitely, yes. I know this is very uniform. There are plenty of extensions that would turn them or whatever. Like we could get that to be more random with extensions, but I don't have any of those good extensions. I keep my machine fairly clean as far as extensions go. Cool. Yeah, it's looking good. Have you ever made, I know Tyson's a big woodworker. Have you made a bandsaw animal or of any kind, anything like that?
You know what? I have a resaw blade on my bandsaw, and I hate changing it so much. It would take a thin blade. So no, I never have. I'm like,
Fair.
once I finally got it dialed in for doing a half decent resaw, I'm like, it can never be touched again.
That's fair. That's fair. I've changed a bandsaw blade once, and I'm good.
I've changed it more times than I wish because I've broken a few, and that is less great.
Yeah,
it's scary. It explodes on you.
I've seen videos.
Explode, it's just loud.
No, thank you. Okay, what else we got, guys? We got we're willing to go a little longer, because it's fun. We're enjoying it. Tyson just got here, so yeah, let's keep rolling. Let's see what else you got in the hopper. Snowflakes. I want to do a thing because
Woohoo.
This is something I learned from Tyson.
Snowflakes might be the first skill builder ever.
I think it was, and this I learned from you. So I'm going to draw a hexagon because we all know, right? Snowflakes are six-sided. And I'm going to cut 1/6 out and then cut that 1/6 in half. And then I'm going to make this into a component. Oops, I got double click to get the edges too. Make a new component. And this is an SF chunk. And then I'm going to take that and mirror it right here and take both of them and rotate them from here to here, 5x. Now, this is one of the good parts. The good stuff happens. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to start making some cool looking geometry. That's what this is. In case you didn't know, this is cool looking geometry.
No, there's a lot of oohs and ahs out in the comments, so
I
I think it's apparent. That's cool geometry.
All right, and then I kind of like this circle motif, so I'm going to keep going with it. I'm going to put as many circles as I can in here. So we'll come up like this. And throw another circle right abouts. Actually, I'm going to grab that and we'll copy it down here. And then we'll do it over here to fit in between those two, something like this. What? Hey, since you're just got here, what is your family's favorite Christmas movie?
Oh, I was heckling Donovan in the comments since he was so anti-Die Hard. It's not Die Hard by any means, and I don't mean to reawaken that. I just
oh boy,
I will agree with Donovan that Klaus has come up as probably the current one. We really enjoy that. You know what though? I'll throw something. I didn't see this in the chat. I'll throw another option out there though. We get a kick out of Bob's Burgers, and Bob's Burgers has several Christmas episodes, and there's two in particular that we will return to. One about getting a Christmas tree. There's some other anyway, so that's one that we'll revisit as well.
Kind of like how Simpsons Halloween specials are on a lot of people's lists, even if they're not big Simpsons fans.
Yeah,
that's good.
Exactly. You don't have to.
I would not have expected Bob's Burgers to be anyone's favorite Christmas movie, so that's a fun one. That's interesting. Very cool. Well, so I'm at the point where the magic happens. So I went a little different from the traditional snowflake because I want circles and spheres in here. But now when we click to leave here, you'll see what happens is that becomes a magical snowflake. And I know, I already hear it. Oh, but those edges are so unsightly. But wait, all I have to do is come in and I will select those edges. Any place where that face connects to the other face, we'll just select them and we'll go to visibility and turn them off. And then we come out here, we have what looks like a seamless snowflake. But
that's awesome.
That's right. This was one of the, if not, like, I think you might be right, Tyson. This may be the first ever skill builder was modeling a snowflake using components. So this whole video thing we do may be traced back to this workflow right here. Very cool. That turned out cool. That was fun. And I just to give credit where credit's due, I mean, I've made a lot of skill builder videos, but Tyson was the one who kicked off that series. Where did the term skill builder come from? Was that just your idea?
I think it was somebody, I'm trying to remember who it was. I'm not claiming it. I think it was somebody else who suggested it as a good term.
All right. That sounds like a Mark thing. Was that a Mark Harrison thing?
It does sound like a Mark thing.
Yeah. But yeah, Tyson started our YouTube channel video process. And I think actually, when I think about it, I think Matt did a skill builder before I did as well. So yeah, I was third in line. So just adopted it.
But you certainly owned it and made it the glorious thing that it is today.
Glorious. That's not a word I would self-impose. Thank you very much. All right. Yeah, let's keep rolling. What else? What else we got?
There's a few movie recommendations back in here, so I don't think it's those unless you want to go back to doing the tower. You did the tower once, right? The Die Hard Tower?
No, but that's probably something we should put on the list. Nakatomi?
Nakatomi? Yeah.
Nakatomi Plaza?
Yeah, something like that.
I've seen that building, like the real building, but no, that would be a fun one. We gotta get that on the list. I just saw one go by, and I kind of want to do it like the fastest I possibly can. But somebody said a Despicable Me Minion, and I think I could do a fairly quick Minion. So I'm gonna do a quick and dirty Minion just for fun. All right, here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna start with a circle because follow me seems to be the thing that we're doing a lot of today. Bring a line up like this. There we go. And then circle across the top here. Oops. Like that. Cut that off. Bring this up. So we can take this and copy it down to get our basic minion shape. Yeah, I hit follow me first try that time. That's a improvement. All right. because I'm a lazy person and like to keep things simple, we're doing a one-eyed minion. So let's turn on our edges so I can see what's the front edge right here.
That just means we're doing Bob, a favorite, so
Oops.
it's a win.
Grab that, make that a group. Absolutely. Get a circle right here on the flat. Go look at it from the front. See.
Somebody, while you're modeling that, suggested you should model the DeLorean, and given how amazing your car modeling has gone in the past, you should do that.
It's painful. It's painful. Yeah, that would actually be fun. I think that would be a cool one to do. I think I would like that. I think the DeLorean would be an awesome one to try. Do minions have like full-on pupils? It's not just a big. They have like.
I'm gonna have to. It depends on what expression they're making. Sometimes it's all, but yeah, they do have eyelids and whole thing. But yeah.
Cool. All right, I'm gonna come in here. I'm gonna steal this set of edges right here. I'm gonna copy it. I'm gonna say edit, paste in place. I'm gonna draw an edge on there so I can get a band like that. Actually, here's what I should do. Back up. Back up. Okay, this is another spot where I could hide the body. I can't believe I just said that. But you know what I mean.
You know what you mean. And people are bringing up the Cobra. It's not forgotten. Or giving me grief for bringing it up. Both is happening. Like,
oh boy,
it's cruel. It's cruel.
Yeah, it was rough. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, too bad. Because I want to talk about it. All right, I'm going to make a group out of that. All right, I'm going to start coloring some things. Whoops.
Somebody just brought up old time Ford, like why can't I think of it? Anyway, modeling old trucks, that would be fun. Like there's some cool old shapes that could be interesting.
That would be fun. There's a lot of curves on those old trucks too.
Mm-hmm. But you mentioned the subdivide.
Yeah.
You opened the door.
That is true.
Oh, that's right. Somebody brought up you did an awesome Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
That's true. We did. That was a fun one. That was fun. That was a while ago. That was good stuff. I don't even know how I just drew the shape I drew. I don't know. Sometimes you do things and all right. I'm doing all of this from memory, so we'll see how this. You know, I don't know what kind of stuff you guys watch on YouTube. Well, I know some of it, but one of the things that I watch and enjoy is artists, and I've seen a couple of artists do this recently, which means it's probably a trend where they try to model something from memory, no prompts or anything, and or draw something, and it is so creepy how somebody like, oh yeah, this is absolutely what this character looks like, and just create something that is just horrific. It goes to show that yeah, we don't remember stuff as well as we think we do. All right, so with that, again, trying to keep it simple. Too late. I'm going to take that, tools, solid tools, subtract that from the body, and then we got a mouth. And then put like maybe like a lighter pink here. I feel like minions have teeth, so I'm just going to throw some teeth in there real quick.
Yeah, they got a few. Do you know Aiden used to call me, he used to, my nickname, he would say Tombstone Tyson, because I have large front teeth. So it's like,
that's not cool.
Aiden can get away with that.
Yeah, so anybody who does not know, Aiden is, well, he's kind of, what was he? What was like advocate or?
Yeah.
SketchUp advocate back in years gone by. Very nice guy, great guy. Went on to start a company called Bitbox, which was aimed at teaching kids how to code, which I think is really cool too.
Yeah.
He was on one of my favorite guests we had on our podcast, the very first season of SketchUp Talk, which is pretty fun. All right.
Here's another one that you did. I hadn't seen it yet when you modeled that little tchotchke thing from the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas show, but you did that in the past too. Like,
oh yeah, that little Yoda looking.
Yeah, something like that.
That's right.
You've been doing this for so long, like almost everything can come back to something you've done.
That's right. I'm just gonna start saying, yeah, I did that. Anytime anybody asks about a thing, big, yeah, did that one. I lost my snapping again. Hold up. Also, I'm not sure I like this. I think I'm just gonna go. I feel like they have eyelids inside their goggles, but
yeah, that works.
That's better. Oh, feel like I got as far as I really want to go. All right, so let's really phone in the end. Okay. All right, so we're gonna do an arm like this. It's gonna come up like this, and then it's going to end in. We'll do rectangle. Rectangle hands. All right, there we go. That's gonna go like that.
Oh, looking up Minions, I've just come across one that's a Minion nutcracker.
Ooh.
Yeah, big hinged mouth. Because there's everything out there.
It's true.
You can't think of something and it doesn't exist. Everything exists.
That is so true. All right, I'm gonna grab this section. They actually have overalls, right?
Yeah.
Why did I say yes? Why? Who? Somebody should be watching out for what I'm doing and saying. All right, so I'm going to make overall-y shape. And then, I know they're denim. I remember that.
Finest denim.
Does your family have any specific holiday traditions, Tyson?
We have jumped on the train of like not bothering with any making food, so we will order in food, and of recent, right, Chinese food, Indian food, do something earlier that afternoon, just have that. Well, that's usually for Christmas Eve. We get together. I live near to my older sister and brother. I have a large family, but so we have a lot of cousins. We'll get together and we will do things like I've got these pipes that are cut to different lengths to make chimes. And so we will, they're all numbered like 1 through 20. And then, I print out this paper that's like 777, 157, 3339. And, so it's various Christmas songs. And we never practice. So you show up, you do it, it's terrible, and it's awesome.
That sounds like a blast.
Yeah. So that's something we'll do. We do. I'm sure there's some people out there who do sort of a similar. We do a pass the gift, so we'll read the night before Christmas, and when somebody's reading it, anytime you say the word "the," you pass your gift. We get like little cheap gifts, so everyone's got them, and we've got a group of 30 people in a weird circle, and so everyone's passing a gift frantically the night before Christmas and all through and it's just pass to the left. And then we made it harder because every time you say we pass to the right. So it's chaos and it's awesome. And then you open whatever you got. And the last few times we've done it, sometimes we get just silly, like I've gotten a Barbie purse before.
That's where it came from. Okay.
Yeah. But the last few times, my sisters brought like funny. They found a place where they would get like weird flavored soda or jelly beans. So we had pickle flavored soda. We had like the weirdest, sometimes most awful ketchup flavored jelly beans. So that's been fun too. Of just like you get this crazy stuff and then you're trying weird combinations and gagging on it. It's gross.
Sounds like a blast.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds really cool. That sounds awesome.
So we have fun. Yeah. How about you? Are you getting together? Some extended family?
Yeah, I'm not sure who all will be around, but my family, my dad lives in town part-time, out of town part-time, so I think we'll see him at some point, but mostly it's my wife and the kids, who are all, for the first time, coming back for Christmas because they're all out of the house. So it'll be fun. It'll be fun to have everybody home.
Nice.
Yeah.
You've been playing the empty nester role, and you get to rescind it for just a little while.
That's right, just a little bit. Bring them all home for a second, and then ship them all out again in New Year's. So that'll be good. All right, I'm wrapping this up with the fastest way possible right now. All right. Get that into a new component. I'm gonna have to go look at a picture of a minion at some point and see just how close this got, because I think somebody would know it's a minion, but I'm not gonna claim a whole lot more than that.
Well, you know what? Like, it is remarkably close from memory, and the whole thing looks like it's like a big plushie. I can imagine this being all just sewn and plushy and actually being so squishy awesome.
I was thinking front yard inflatable, you know.
Yeah.
Just
Big
put a
old sign.
Santa hat on him.
Eat
Yeah.
at Joe's. Blah blah blah. Yeah.
All right. There, that was slightly off topic, but yeah, we I appreciate that whoever said to do that, because that was kind of a fun, quick little guy to do. Whew. Oh.
Yeah.
Yep. Looks like a minion. There's a question: which was the worst flavor you had of jelly beans?
I don't think of the ones that we, because I don't even know. I wonder if they even make them. Somebody brought up vomit flavored because it's a direct Harry Potter reference, and I think that they had those early on, and I assume they're gone because it legitimately makes you vomit. The smell is so spot on, it will make you vomit. So it's, but beyond that, I'll say salmon. Salmon was gross.
See, that's not a good flavor for candy. I like salmon,
No.
but not with a candy coating.
Yeah. Like a nice pink jelly bean, and it tastes like no.
Oh, that's bad stuff. Bad stuff. But yeah, I mean, going back, I'm gonna add DeLorean to the list. I'm trying. It's got some fairly simple shapes, but everything is the way the planes go together. It's not as quick and easy as I would expect. So,
yeah.
We'll see.
The Tesla Cybertruck, you could pull that off in 5 minutes. A couple of
That's true.
flat planes just put together.
All right, we had a question. John Ross asked if we could use the same technique for the wreath to make a tree. Yes. Okay, we'll do it. I'm gonna make like a 12-sided shape for this one, not instead of 24. All right, I'm gonna make like this. All right, there's my trunk. This whole adding colors to your model thing is kind of fun. I wonder why nobody told me about trying this earlier. All right, and I'm gonna just bring an edge out like this. And I'm gonna go over here and steal that whole, whoops.
The stealing is great.
Oh, sometimes it just saves all the time. All right, and we'll take that and we'll stick it on the end of this edge. And divide that by 9. Okay. So I'm going to rotate a lot of these. Again, not by the center. I'm not trying to hit the exact center, but I want to do enough so that this doesn't look repetitive. And again, this is a place where an extension could cover me on this, but I didn't get that. So nobody told me ahead of time they're going to want to see this, so it's someone else's fault.
I blame Matt.
Yeah, that works. All right, there we go. So let's slide this one over a little bit. Okay, grab that. Make that group. Bring it up. Bring it back. And then we'll take that. Oh, I make this component.
Booyah.
All right.
Aaron, while you draw this, can I take a personal moment?
Please.
With the folks who are still here. This is our last live of the year, and it is my last live forever. I am leaving SketchUp. I am leaving this amazing team of folks, and I just wanted to, I didn't want to open with that obviously, but I would be remiss if I didn't take the chance at least to say thanks to everyone out there who's just been so fantastic. We have the most incredible community that I can imagine ever having. So I just want to say huge thanks to everyone who joins in and participates and loves SketchUp the way that we do. And I want to say thanks to Aaron and Matt and Donovan and everyone who's been doing this for, it's these guys are amazing and amazing to work with, and it's the most fun you can have to be with such amazing people. I can't be trusted to be on the camera today because I might lose it. It's emotional for me to go, but I really do. I am so thankful. So thanks everyone. And the good news is I'm going to join our friend Eric. I'm actually going to head over to the same company where he went to. So not going too far, and going to still be around and part of the community. So thank you for giving me a moment to
Of course.
A personal moment.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it goes without saying, but I tend to say things whether that needs to be said or not. But yeah, you're gonna be missed, and we already talked about your legacy. Your legacy lives on, and anytime we make a video or post a thing on YouTube, because you got it all started. So yes, thank you so much for the time you had here. So and I'm not doing this tree. This is ridiculous. It looks like garbage, and it's heavy. It's heavy. No. So yes, in theory that could be done, but I'm not doing that. Yeah. So yeah, it's been, of course, a lot of fun to get to work with Tyson. You guys got to see a lot of stuff he did. So if we were a well-prepared, well-oiled machine that we'd play a best of reel right now, but we don't have that. So we'll just say thank you, Tyson. It's been awesome.
Well, I just go back to the snowflake. That was probably I peaked. That was it. That was the one, and everything since then has been well,
less. I mean, I said legacy on our team, but there's also that other legacy of SketchUp Campus. You guys all have, at this point, taken SketchUp Campus classes, hopefully. If not, you should go do that right now. Oh, like Matt said, after the stream, go do it then. But that's Tyson's fine work, and you get to see him and hear him there. Yeah, lots of good stuff. We have to remember Tyson by. Yeah, I was kind of absentmindedly clicking there, and that was not the way to do it. What we were talking about. Yes, you could. What I would recommend would be like doing still like only a chunk of the tree, making a series of branches and out of components that repeat, and scale the containers, that kind of stuff. So it could be done, but yeah, that, or get a tree shape and then use something like scatter to put branches all over, or leaves all over it. That would probably be the better way of doing it. Yeah. What I was kind kind of mindlessly clicking on right there was not the thing. Yeah. What else? I feel like we got time for like another one more. What's one more good idea, or not good idea? What's an acceptable idea? A decent idea, even. I'm flipping through.
What else do I have?
Like I said, if we did not do your thing today, know that you are the start of the 2025 live model idea list. So we will be doing some of those. Trees, the vessel from Eric. Nope. Oh, the bubble lights. Ooh, Santa's hat seems topical. Let's go with that.
Somebody, I brought up the Mustang, but I left Notre Dame out of it. That's on Andy.
Oh, you guys.
Oh, some things never die.
And sometimes they probably should.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You ever modeled your space mouse there?
No, but that's actually on the short list for next year as well. I've done the small space mouse, the simple one. But yeah, not this one. Not yet. Why did that? Oh, because I scaled it. Because it did exactly what I told it to. All right.
Why is it doing what I'm asking?
Come on, man. All right, so I'm going to take that, make that a group. And then I'm going to go to my buddy Truebend again. Well, that's not what I was looking for. All right, I'm going to try something else.
Unless you want to change to a Viking helmet or something like.
I mean, that was could have been a hat of some sort. I don't know. I have this. I think I just made a face inside there. And I'm gonna do it again. I like to use when I do use this tool, which I really like, Fredo 6 bending. I do tend to do this in multiple goes, so I'll kind of work my way up on what I actually want at the end. I should maybe I should be working at a bigger scale.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do that. Let's go grab this. So again, the scale thing, like I was saying before, SketchUp is really designed to work with much smaller or larger geometry. So sometimes if you're running into issues where stuff's deteriorating or coming apart in chunks, you might try scaling. That might fix your problem. All right, let's go for your scale. One more radial bending. Keep facing forward.
Did you say what this is, or are you going to surprise us?
Santa's hat.
No, it's a Santa hat.
Yeah,
that's right.
Oh, that doesn't bode well. What are you doing?
What is this king-size slug? We just went into Dungeons and Dragons, and we're going to create a nice final boss.
All right. Oh, so again.
Oh.
even with the scale up, still had a couple spots that got funky. Oops. What am I stitching here? There we go.
The sound's cutting in and out a little bit again, so I'm just gonna start singing Christmas carols as a
That
filler.
works.
I'm gonna start with everyone's favorite, Mariah Carey, because that's my range. So yeah, here goes. What a send off, right? Oh, worst ever.
And then he started singing, and we were all kind of happy he left at that point. All right, so I'm going to grab this, copy it, edit, paste in place, take a circle. Follow me. And then up here, we're going to do one of those spheres. One of the spheres I talked about. We'll try to do it in place. Let's see if I can get the middle point. There we go. Draw a sphere, or a circle. This way, this is my bigger one, and then this is the one I actually want to keep. I want to set that to the right size. There we go. See this one. Follow me. Oh, I hit the wrong button again. I've been consistent on that. Put that down vertically. Actually, I think it needs to be bigger. All right. Calling it.
Oh, yeah.
That's not the best thing ever made, but I have a hard time saying that's not a Santa hat.
I think the consensus is you got to put it on the Minion.
I heard that without hearing it. A little too straight for me.
Yeah, a little tilt.
Oh, come on now. That's not a thumbnail. Who wouldn't click to watch that? Come on. Hey, little guy. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you're
sounds like
anchoring
we're winding down. People are wandering off. That's okay. No, it's good. I'm gonna quote Johnny Five saying, wish you all a joyous season. May this time of year bring warmth, love, happiness to your homes, and the new year be filled with blessings, laughter, and unforgettable moments. Here's to creating beautiful memories with those we hold dear and embracing the spirit of giving and togetherness. Well put. That was great. Thank you very much.
well said.
Yeah, I don't have anything else to add to that. So I do want to just say, again, one more time, thank you, Tyson, for being part of the team. Great memories, and looking forward to keeping in touch. And just I'm gonna mirror what the last everybody else has said. Again, thank you guys for watching. Thank you so much. I kind of say it tongue in cheek. If it wasn't for you guys, it would just be us sitting on chat modeling for each other. It means a lot that you guys come here and spend time. Hopefully it's well worth it and you guys learn something and get something out of these, because we sure get a lot out of doing them for you. So thank you very much. Have a happy holiday, whatever holiday you recognize. Enjoy it. Have a great time, and we will see you all in 2025. See you guys.
Thank you all. Cheers.